Good morning, folks. Chulain Sir from Green Park Ministries here. Um, I am going to talk to you today pertaining to coronavirus. You must want to say, why am I a religious person talking about coronavirus? It's important. I'm not going to be the end time sort of preacher, the end time preacher. No. I'm going to talk to you as a responsible person about coronavirus. I'm going to talk to you about it. I'm going to give you information. I'm going to give you the facts. I'm going to compare it with other viruses worldwide. I am going to do calculation with a calculator, and then I'm going to tell you how faithful you should be, what you need to do, and I am mainly speaking against this time that workplaces don't want you to have the vaccine, or workplaces want you to get a test every week. I going to speak to that and why that discriminatory and why that is a waste of time. Okay, let's on to our show. Now, here you can see that I have the pages showing the calculator, my face, and in the middle I have Corona Life Tracker. I have been tracking the coronavirus from day one. Yes, I've been tracking it. And right now you can see from looking at the numbers that occurred the, like I said, approximately 195 million people worldwide that have recovered from it. 176 million, or let's say 177 million people have recovered without a vaccine. So I'm going to take my calculator and I'm going to clear it. I'm going to take 195 and divide it by 177. I'm going to use the inverse function, and then I'm going to multiply it by 100. And like it said on the website, 90.77% of everybody who recover from COVID-19 has survived it. Recovery is those who survive it. So 90% of persons who caught it, according to this information, have survived it. Now, we got a problem here. You cannot have 2.14% persons die and 90% recovery. We have 7.98% of those persons, or probably 194 5 million people, 15.5 or 16 million people are being treated or being quarantined for COVID-19. You can see the number of people that have died yesterday from COVID-19. It is a virus, it is causing deaths, but do we need to be alarmed about these deaths? I know, I tried to find this page. Alright, let's see. I trying to find this page. Alright, so I'm looking at the live tracker here, and I'm going to show you stuff on the web page. I'm going to go to the history tab, and I'm going to talk about silly article. You want me to email it? I don't know why, but I'm going to go back to the previous page. This is where I have organization information on COVID-19. This is another tracker which uses similar information to other ones. But this page, I don't know what outbreaks, 10 of the worst outbreaks. This is what I really want to show you. 10 of the worst pandemics in history. I'm going to go through them bit by bit, and then I'm going to speak to COVID-19. COVID-19 is the coronavirus disease of 2019. That's how we get COVID-19. It's also the 19th coronavirus too. Flus. Each variant of flu And recently it's called a coronavirus as well. And if you check your thing of Lysol disinfectant spray, it always say it also kills coronaviruses. Coronavirus existed before COVID-19. So before COVID, we had HIV/AIDS, which up to now has killed 36 million people. Hmm. We only got 4 million deaths. We got 36 million and still killing people. Still killing people. Now, they identify the cases of the first case in 1976. I know from living in New York between 1980 and 1982, it was a lab created virus. It's not again a functional virus. It was a lab created virus. It's biological warfare virus. So too is Corona-19. Then they talk about the flu pandemic of 1968. Flu kills lots of people every year. Hundreds of people every year. I am going to show you information on flu. Right? Then the Asian flu killed 2 million. They had a flu pandemic, where we had the Spanish flu, which killed 50 million. 50 million. The their flu that you catch during the rainy season in Barbados and the flu you catch in the winter in America killed 50 million people in 1980. The sixth cholera, cholera pandemic killed 800. So while you had the these flus killing people, you had a cholera outbreak in 1911. And in Barbados, we had the cholera outbreak and we were burying people alive with cholera. Another flu pandemic killed 1 million. The third cholera pandemic, you see the age. The Black Plague killed 200 million people. The plague of Justinina, 25 million. And this plague. Alright, so we got all of these plagues that kill. And still, the impact of people today, these viruses are still infecting people, and these viruses are still causing death. But they're not a pandemic. A pandemic, the word pan is from a Latin or Greek or some other meaning worldwide. The Pan American Organization, pan means worldwide. So a pandemic is a epidemic happening worldwide. So epidemic is a disease. So you can end up, let's say a school has an epidemic of flu. But when it goes now and Caribbean has an epidemic of flu. But when it goes worldwide now, we have a pandemic. Now things like we had mad cow, bird flu, chikungunya, H1N1, and other things that were pandemics too. They were not as bad. I remember when we were working at UV, you had to go and sanitize your hand. No vaccine, no vaccine. But we had these pandemics too. Them is the 10 worst. Them are counted among the 10 worst. So there's other diseases that can kill you besides the corona. But my problem here is that as far as mathematical calculation is concerned, it is still the death rate they say is 2.14% among those who catch it. But when you put the word population, it's less than 1%. And let me just speak to this part first, right? Because of medical advancement, we were able to reduce the deaths caused by the impact of COVID-19. 4 million is still too many. One death is always too many. Well, I just speak a little different now, right? People have to die. People die natural. People are murdered. People are assassinated. Diseases other than COVID-19 causes death. I can die someday. You can die someday. Right? Two things need to stop, and that's premature death. Pandemics and murder and war and assassination causes premature death. Illness, you die from illness, illness can end up causing death. Illness it kill you. You treat the illness, you manage the illness, but there comes a point where it's unmanageable and you die. Everybody has to die someday. But premature death caused by murder, suicide, wars, assassination, and pandemic purposes is something we as a Earth people planet on this planet want to avoid. We don't want people to die because of a pandemic or war or murder or suicide or assassination. You either die because you got sick and died or you die a natural death. That is the death we wish for everybody. Good? But when we look at other pandemics where 200 million Europeans died and we still got choleras and the flu where actually 20 million people died and we still got the flu problem. We are doing well with COVID-19 but we ain't done yet. So I want to alleviate the fears. And I want to use examples so that we will be able to understand and deal with this thing. I prefer to talk to you from my laptop. We must, first of all, to Barbadians in Barbados and abroad. I'm going to speak to Barbados and then I'm going to speak to those in the Americas. I can't talk about Europe and Africa. I want to talk about Barbados and America. The Barbadians first. I commend Barbadians for how they handle themselves through this pandemic. That how you have bring your brother's keeper in some kind of form. You wear the mask, you sanitize, you try to social distance, you use social media more so to communicate with each other. When you come among each other, you social distance. I just drive up on the ZR and the minibus. I had no choice. My route that got mainly I am Wanstead husband's route. We got mainly minibuses and ZRs. And we had a breakout for the minibus and ZR, thank you Jesus. Right? And the minibuses, the big ZRs assisting transport board but transporting people the one with the triangle. So in reality, we Barbadians have been doing a fantastic job in managing ourselves and being our brothers' keepers. I commend the medical lab technologists at the Dos Santos labs who have been doing a fantastic job in testing for COVID on the specimens given to them. Unlike me, somebody gonna touch me or net somebody with COVID to catch it. You dealing with the virus nakedly. You are more easily medical lab technicians to catch the virus than me. You have taken the precautions. I haven't heard of any of you unless you're keeping it quiet, but I commend you because you are mothers and fathers, and you are daughters and sons, nieces and nephews and cousins of people. You still go around, and they have not been infected by you. Kudos to you. But to the minister, and he said, "Okay, Mr. George, Dr. George, I got a problem with you too, brother. Good. I'll leave it there. I got a problem with you all, and statements you all made, and some of them are proven not to be true. That's my position. I ain't saying what in my opinion, I got a problem with two of your statement. I really got a problem with them. Right? So I don't depend only on you. I got a tracker here, I've been tracking from since day one, and they give me information. And I deal with this. Now, I don't believe everything here by CNN, but a lot of Beijing just swear by CNN. So I am trying to reduce the fear. I am trying to reduce the fear. Alright, and I want to make you timid and not fearful. Timid is a soft version of fear. I still got a high level of concern, and I still got social distance and sanitize and get my vaccine if I want to, or get tested if I need to, too. But I ain't gonna be fearful and frightened for every individual I wrong. He got COVID. You can't live that sort of way. Nobody wants COVID. Nobody wants catch COVID. Nobody wants to die from COVID. But we still love each other, and we in the Americas have been doing good. No. I can deal with it. Remember CNN. There is a gentleman, a celebrity, this is every by the name of Christopher Cuomo on cable news network called CNN. I like to call it the Cons News Network or the Conatus News Network. I call it so. Who made a claim that he had COVID-19. Let's say his claim is true. And he self quarantined at home, he was hospitalized. And every single day for 2 weeks, he did his show from home and shared with us the effects of COVID on him. And he lived. And he's alive today. And he had COVID-19. He tested positive. And he survived it. Okay. All swear by CNN. NBC. They tell me from CNN and NBC that healthy, strong people, medically cleared, healthy, strong people, keep your exercise and take your vitamins and stuff, overcome COVID-19. The evidence is there in front of you, in the middle. 194.5 million people catch it, 177 people recovered. Million people. I wrong enough the nearest million. And you can see my tracker has been updating. It's a live tracker. I got two, not even one, two. Good. So be timid and not fearful. If you know your status of health is good, talk to your doctor. If you ain't sure, you may be strong enough to handle COVID. Even if you get the vaccine, take your vitamins, do your exercises safely, keep eating healthy, keep your health in check. Right? I ain't talking from a Barbados perspective, no, a Barbados perspective. As a ZR passenger, I give God thanks that we have not had enough break on the ZRs because we practice safety on the ZRs. We, the passengers, and the conductors, and the drivers have never gone on the ZR. In fact, I had a problem. I started to get on shoot. I want the master don't get in here. Kudos to you. Kudos to you. in the public transportation system. Kudos to you. Kudos to the men and the women who sanitize the environment of going to your kudos to you. But the fact is, based on what you see in front here, worldwide, 90% of the people recovered who caught COVID. 160,000 people are still, 51,000 people are still in isolation. Where the confirmed case is 203,000. So which means that the 160,000 should have gone up. No, those are how many recovered today. Sorry, 160,000 people recovered and were released today. And you got 2,000,000 people, 203,000 people. Sorry, I am not like some people. My bad, my apology. 203,000 people or over more, because it's more than 203,000. About 204,000 people have been confirmed to have the virus and going through some sort of quarantine, and some may be being under ventilation and medical treatment. And some of the people got the vaccine too. The vaccine does not stop you from catching COVID and transmitting COVID. It does not. So if a small business like Jordan Supermarket is an example, all the workers are vaccinated, you can still give the customer coming to the market COVID. You want my money? Let me come to the supermarket. Don't ask me to produce a vaccination. I'm gonna go to the supermarket. Let me come in. And your business gonna shut down. So make up your mind. What you want? What you really want? Because all the time there wasn't a vaccine, you ain't had a problem with the workers working. You ain't had a problem with the people coming to the supermarket. You had no problem. None of the vaccine. You want the people to go out take it to work for you. But all the time, when there wasn't a vaccine, and people catching COVID all over the world, you ain't got a problem with the workers coming to work. So what's the problem? At this point in Barbados, you ain't had 10,000 deaths. You ain't even have 100 deaths. I do not question the lab technologists' work. I want to know if I question the information the Minister of Health and his sidekicks gave me, who in the lab doing the work. I question them. That's my right. I ain't telling you what I'm thinking. I got a right to question them. But you still got to be cautious that you don't catch COVID. You don't get somebody COVID. Because what I might got heart condition and hypertension, and my son fit, my son might give me COVID and I die. He live, he's about the COVID, but I die. Because I got underlying conditions. I ain't saying children got it. I use that as an example. My father, for an example, is 82 years old, God bless his soul. So I gotta be cautious when I go see my father because of his medical condition. He may not handle or get over the COVID. Thank God he's vaccinated. But I still can't trust the vaccination with him. So I still go take cautions with him. When I go and I got talk to him, I got on my mask, I got sanitize, wash my hands, blah blah blah. I will change the clothes too. Want fresh clothes and want to talk to him when I get there. But I stand at the bedroom door. He's not bedridden. He'll come out and sit. So when I come down there, he'll be sitting down outside eating. He could come and he could go to the bathroom bed. He can still do function and everything, but he has illness that I gotta be concerned about in COVID. Alright? I am timid but not afraid. That's why I'm doing this video. I'm timid but not afraid. So I still got to be careful for nothing as the scripture say. Right? When I walk in the road, I just I just look at traffic with my eyes and look at traffic with my ears. That sounds strange, right? But if I'm walking and traffic is coming behind me, I gotta listen to hear how fast it coming, and based on how I hear it coming, I may step up the road and look back behind me to see how the traffic coming. Alright? Because I can share a testimony. I was walking on the road, on the side of the road, not in the road with traffic fast, and a police car overtake a man overtake a bus and a car. Right? The car parked behind the bus, he overtake the bus and car get the road in a bang. The police car with the car behind him, and the police car is supposed to pursue him. Coming around the bend too fast, and I was close to the bend, so the police car brushed me at the side of my foot, not my leg, and sent me in the ear. Luckily, I know judo, so I learned to break fall, so I used the technique to abort the fall, and I rolled a bit, and I was graceful by the grace of God to get minor bruises. So when I walk in the road, I just watch with my eyes and watch with my ears. I try to walk away from the road because my concern that anything freaky could happen, and I gotta be able to handle myself when anything freaky happen. I'm not fearful to walk the road because I walk the road. I have a choice. I'm not fearful. I am cautious. So with COVID, you gotta be that kind of cautious. You know you're hearing, do the right things. Do the sanitizing. If you ain't got rubbing alcohol, or you ain't got the sanitize, white rum could work. What you do, you soak a tissue, paper towel with the rum, hold it in your hand, count to 40, and you good to go. Yeah, how you know that? Well, our medical lab technologists know science of chemicals, and a lab technology medical lab told me rubbing alcohol, me the white rum or alcohol, white alcohol, clear alcohol, one can drink is not that far away from rubbing. And rubbing can be used as sanitizer, but you got to put it on your hand and hold it a little longer for it to work. And as a person in the ministry, the word of God says that the Samaritan took wine and cleaned the cuts of the Jew who was nearly dead on the road. Cleaned his cuts with wine, the alcohol, the wine as disinfectant, and we use something called BNT ointment in Barbados. So the oil as a base to cover the cut from the germs. So the white rum would work. Sanitizing. A good antiseptic sort to wash your hands with would work too. Do the things. We in Barbados, we be doing the things. That's why we numbers are small. Compared to 350,000 people, it's small. Whereas under control, we've been doing our best. But with these figures, there's no need for me, because if I don't want to take the vaccine, to go get tested every week. Because if I got the vaccine, I can still got the COVID. The vaccine don't stop me from catching COVID. It helps my immune system to deal with symptoms if I got underlying conditions. The vaccine is made for people with underlying conditions, because the figures you see here showing you healthy people survive COVID. Medically healthy people survive COVID. People now in America, a senior citizen home is a place where the medically unfit, the bedridden, at least call them, go to you, you place them there because you need 24 hours medical surveillance. We need people that if they begin to get into a problem, have the medical know-how to deal with the issue of keeping them alive as long as you could and let them have that sort of life because some people that got families ain't got the time and it's too costly to hire people and you got only hire one or two people to take care of your whole family. But in the medical home, like my cousin was in Canada, they always got doctors on duty, nurses on duty, you got a whole career staff who are medical professionals who can deal with your relative and in a medical emergency, one that does not require hospitalization and prevent them from having to be hospitalized. According to CNN, the first case of coronavirus in a medical home in Seattle, Washington. Not Seattle, Washington, not in Washington, in the District of Columbia, D.C. The one out near Vermont and then places on the East Coast. We talking about Washington State on the West Coast above California. And I asked this question. I want Barbadians to know, and I want them better than get us free education or nothing. To think, because to think we can think, you can think. You have creative thing. The shoes that the nurses wear with the back out, that a barbarian invention, you know. You used to cut off the back of the old shoe and stick your foot in there and wear it around the yard and around the house. And if somebody saw it and copy it, then fancy shoes with the back off. That is barbarian. I see that. I do have a church the barbarian. That's a barbarian thing. School is a barbarian thing. All barbarians when learning for a company and met school that come down the back here at UV. University of West Indies. We and barbarians invent gutter perks and grain guns to shoot fish in the sea. We are brilliant people. We are brilliant people. Don't anybody fool you. Proud to be Beijing. Don't nobody fool you. Say brilliant minds in Barbados, but we have been exposed internationally. Hmm? We believe in Alice for everything. And not everybody put Alice in everything will be the drink. So everything got Alice now. We believe in Alice to the max. Everybody must got Alice. When you say Alice. When you sing our father Alice. When you want purge Alice. Be proud man, be proud to be a Belgian. How CNN can tell me? Let me look at the science here, right? Oh, and none of the family had COVID. None of the nurses in the home had COVID. She wasn't a patient or she wasn't a parent put into the home because I had COVID, but she was the first COVID-19 patient. CNN. CNN. A Turner Broadcast Network. And I asked my wife a question. Well, you can catch the China on vacation because when you put people, now there's a sign called old people community in Barbados. We got some Marxist, got some villages, one in a lot with old people live together and they do activities. They can go to America and come back and think. Those are not that fun. Those old people homes in America are places where you need 24-hour medical surveillance. Most of the people are bedridden or they're not strong enough to handle themselves in public places. So she can't be taken from there to China on a vacation because you got to carry 5 other people with you too. They give you medical treatment. It's very needed. So, here's the question. How she get the COVID-19 when everybody who in contact with her, they had it according to the testing? Strange. Now back to the thing. If Andrew Cuomo, who seems to be medically medically fit, can show you 14 days of COVID, survive COVID, then a medically fit person practicing hygienic, practicing the social distancing, putting on a mask, don't need a vaccine. My father needed the vaccine because of his underlying conditions and his age. And if you catch the flu, you gotta work on it. The doctor gives them medication he will give me for flu. So every time you go to a market and buy something there for the flu. Or I will go, I say I got to get the pharmacy to give me something to help me with the flu. Alright, you understand? You understand where I come from? But my father may have to go on different medication to deal with the flu because he's diabetic, he's hypertensive, he got heart problems. The flu. I know because in 2018, while in America, he had to be medically treated for pneumonia on oxygen and he like pneumonia. If he catch pneumonia, you gotta put him on a ventilator. You gotta give him medication by drips. If he catch pneumonia, doctor can give him some antibiotic and some medication and send me home for a week. Let me rest yourself, boy. Don't stress your mind out. Not my father, because he had underlying medical condition at age. So he has the vaccine. And my mother too. And he's 82. He had to get the vaccine. But why should a medically clear, strong person need the vaccine? That don't stop you from catching COVID and stop you from giving somebody COVID. Right? So the answer is continue practicing the things you're practicing that help you stop you from catching COVID and giving somebody COVID. Right? That what you need to do. So I want you to be timid, encourage one another to do the right thing, socializing open. Yeah, if with a friend or two, let's sit down, so 6 feet apart and drink some beers. I mean, drink responsibly. The church got a doctrine against alcohol, which is contrary to the Bible. Alright? The Bible speaks against the abuse of the drinking of alcohol. The Bible shows you that people can do foolishness to you, or you can talk things that you're keeping to yourself because of alcohol. It can make a mockery of you if you abuse the alcohol. Noah was drunk when he did the alcohol. Daughter make you drunk and make you have sex with them to get children. So alcohol abuse can lead to people make you do things that you don't even know you do, or make you say or do things that you will regret later. That's the truth. But if you drink 2 beers, it shouldn't be no problem. They got Christians that put our straight bitter in lemonade. Our straight bitter got about 10% alcohol in it. I love to put our straight bitters in lemonade. And we got Christians that love a grape cake. Wow. For the grape, uh, grape cake wine 10% and I love a grape cake. Christians love a grape cake. And then they love to use the cough syrup when they get sick for the alcohol too. But we get teach wrong in church about alcohol. I am against, I am against the ramshot drinking of alcohol. That makes you buy all your salary at one time. It don't happen no more. No, it don't happen no more. I can tell you, I can talk the truth, and some Christians ain't gonna like what I say. People don't go around shot no more and spend them salary, majority of them, in bandits and we call it slot machine and drinks and alcohol. People spend the money for that responsibly. I've seen it for myself. Responsibly. Go home and pay the bills, take care of the family. Males are taking to school, their children are spending more time in their children's life today than before in Barbados. So the myth of the alcohol thing, right? So when I said drink 2 beers, that ain't a problem. Yeah, drink 2 beers, that's alright. You ain't gonna die. Call your drink called syrup, you ain't there. If I add straight beer, it ain't kill you. Jesus, the Greek word for the wine that Jesus gave you guys to drink at your supper is a fermented drink. The Greek word is a fermented drink. Any fermented got alcohol in it. You want to check it. This is about this is about COVID. So you bring your friends, you may drink a couple of beers, eat some food, sit apart. On the outside, outside is better because we have a high level of air and oxygen kind of deal with the COVID. Well, let's put it this way. When you treat a person on a ventilator, you inject oxygen in the lungs, right? Oxygen got some help with dealing with COVID. You have to. And don't bring 20 people at your house. When you walk, two friends come over and party mass and things and this over. There's nothing wrong with that because I go work with people that don't live with me and we just go out talking to me and they may give me COVID and I give them COVID. So what are we afraid for? Be timid. But yet, when we are going to be close to one another, we put on a mask. In my case, I try to sanitize more than once in the office. And they're sanitized too. So we sanitize our mask. So when we're going to be close, when we're going to be far apart, we take off the mask. We've been practicing that with the whole COVID. And we've been good. We've been good. I ain't catch COVID yet. I hope the guys never catch it. I never catch it. And thank God most of the people that interact with work haven't caught COVID. But they might I don't know who had it, they tell me. But I assume that they had COVID. And we practice safety. We practice the distances. We wear the mask. We social distance. And we also make notes who come in and who ain't come in. And we also keep a diary of the names who came in the office on the day. We do the things that tell us to do. And we have been safe so far. Alright? Now you notice with the video if you watch, you can rewind it again and watch it, that the tracker is updating all the time. The numbers are changing. Even the barbarous information ain't even come back yet because the website is updated. I use a live tracker. So let's go to this scene. That's one tracker. Here's another tracker. I can choose the USA. Let's wait. Get US figures. And you take these two numbers, the 6,000, and you take this number here, and you wait with that number there. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm gonna go back to this video here. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's clear it. Let's take 6,26713. Let's divide it by 35.84,671. Let's multiply it by 100. So in America, 2% of those who caught COVID died. Less than 1 million people in America died of COVID-19. Alright, let me minimize this so we don't have to see it in there. Right. Let's go back to here. So less than 2% of those who caught COVID in America died. And then we take the number of people that caught COVID with the population of America, we're 350 million. Let me go back to my calculator screen. I need to show you these things, right? That nobody will say that cancers, they don't give me false information. America has 350,000 people, million, 350, no. Right. Let's invert that, and let's multiply that by 35, 84, 671. Then multiply by 100. Something wrong there. Let's go back over it again. 350, no. Let's clear this. 35 184,671 divided by 350 not by 100. 10% of the population of America caught COVID-19. Let's go. 29507 123 divided by 350,000,000 by 100. 8.4% of all of those who caught COVID in America, 8.4% of those who caught COVID in America survived. 626,713 divided by 350,000,000 by 100. Less than half of a percentage. Less than half of a percentage of people in America who caught COVID-19. Less than half of a percent of the population died from COVID-19 compared to the Spanish flu, where close to 10% of the population died, compared to the numbers of AIDS died. Be timid but not afraid. I encourage you, I'm encouraging you to be timid. To be timid about COVID. Do not allow anybody to make you believe you Superman. You can catch COVID and die. You don't know what condition your health is today. It may have been good last month, you may be diabetic this month, you don't know. Be careful for nothing. Do the things it tells you to do. Get the vaccine. If you don't want to, it's fine. If you know you ain't 100%, stick to yourself. If you think you're healthy enough, continue to keep yourself healthy, but do the right things. Alright? The vaccine is up to you. Employers, wait for the last 2 years, for nearly last year, you allow everybody to come in your place and buy from you, and they had to show you how to, they had a vaccine. All of a sudden, you want a vaccine for your workers. Customers don't have a vaccine too. You catch COVID from a customer, you get somebody dead. So all of we should get the vaccine, no, because the numbers are clear. It's clear right there, look. It is clear right there. 90% of the persons worldwide who caught COVID recovered, and majority of them they had the vaccine. I never changing all the time. Be timid, be cautious, be careful. And then my last note, this is why I got a question mark for the minister and his sidekicks. My aunt brought her husband back from the United States to Barbados to bury this year. Around March. He died of colon cancer at 74 years old. He says he wants to be buried in Barbados. He did not die from colon cancer. My aunt, his wife, was an infectious control nurse who managed an infectious control ward in a hospital about 15-20 stories in America. Met QH looked like a little small house. Now QH can't fit a US block. This hospital takes up 4 blocks. Big hospital. And she managed the whole infectious ward. Now we're talking about this COVID thing. Alright? But here's the thing. She had a quarantine and she had to get the test. She was negative, and her granddaughter, they were allowed to quarantine at the end of the time, and she conducted the funeral at Westbury Cemetery, the burial at Westbury Cemetery. Then, 7 days before she left, she had to get a test, and she was negative, but her granddaughter, they were allowed to leave. Here's the thing. Sister Denise Cadogan's, if she had this church service and these people came from overseas, were quadruple be quarantined, and they were tested negative and allowed to conduct business with the church. And they were tested before they left, and they were negative and allowed to leave the country. I believe we have technicians. I want to know how them could get the members COVID. If you make sure you help tell them the negative go long twice. You're negative, you left quarantine, you're negative, you left the country. Okay? That's the procedure. You gotta prove you come in saying you're negative, yeah, but you still had a quarantine for 7 days. Yes, you had to get tested too. Of course. That's then. When they had them things then. Not always last couple of weeks, not in June. In June you show up saying you're negative, you go long. Then you had a quarantine. Then you gotta get a test. If you're negative, you left the quarantine. You gotta get a test before you left. And they're all negative. So it can't be the people that went to my sister Dennis Duggan church. It couldn't be. Because they all were tested twice. And were negative. What really going on, Mr. Minister? How the church get infected, Minister? What the bus squad has some small numbers, but we should spread a Minister? These are the things that I question. Because it don't make no sense. If you following the rules that we doing what you tell me to do, and you tell me I'm negative when I come and negative when I go, ask me the question, I can't get a body right then. How it gets in the church, where it come from, who in Barbados get to them, how will the social, how will it trace where it come from? It can't come from the people that come from America, because when they test them before they come quarantine and before they left, they may have no COVID. Where it come from? Tell me. Let me believe in something, I did tell somebody, it smells fishy. But you decide. God bless.